I went through what I like to call a surprise divorce about 2 years ago, which this is the worst kind of divorce, really. I lost a testicle to cancer 5 years ago, and I can tell you that having the two experiences to compare, I would really prefer to lose the other testicle to cancer again than go through a surprise divorce. Because then you're just out of nuts and it can't happen anymore, right? It's over after that. Your heart breaks a fresh way every day. What I'd like to do when things are really just tough and I'm not gonna get like grace and patience from the world, what I like to do to self-soothe, and I recommend you guys do this, you get a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and then you stand over a garbage can like this. You straddle the garbage can, and the ice cream has to be just the right temperature, and you take the spoon and you work it down through the core of the ice cream, and then you can pull the whole thing out in a move that I like to call the sad King Arthur, and just eat all of it. And nobody like understands you or comes back into your life or anything, but you can go to sleep after that, and that's important at a time like that. And I did a lot of sad King Arthur time, man. I really worked it. And then I said, you know, it's not that I'm ready to date, but I'm ready to be one of the millions of completely fucked up dudes in New York City that's just not ready to date and doing it anyway. So let's go wreck some trains. And I learned a lot. I learned that, you know, look, I'm 39, I have some tattoo work, I'm getting divorced. Why not go for the straight flush, right? And go out with a woman in her early 20s. Just get it all done, right? I can't get a convertible, but let's do that. And what I learned was that it's not that I'm not attracted to women in their early 20s, far from it. It's just that I can't maintain an erection around anyone that doesn't really understand loss and regret. Right? The purple part of that Venn diagram is very narrow. Like, can you be cool if I accidentally fill up your belly button with my tears? That's what I gotta know. All right, what I'm really into are like women in their early 30s who were liberal arts majors and are now watching their tattoos and dreams kind of give out a little bit. So like if you've got a blurry sleeve and half a screenplay, I'm hanging out after the show is what I'm like. There's a lot of 50% screenplays here, I know that much. And yeah, I just was really in that space. And then one day I was getting on the train, I was coming home from Whole Foods, and I have 2 bags of groceries from Whole Foods, and I'm already very anxious because it's going to be a sad King Arthur weekend, right? These things are straining. It's raining outside, the bags are wet, and they're starting to kind of strain. And also, it's Whole Foods, so how the fuck am I going to pay my rent now? I don't know, but I'm going to get on the train, and then this dude comes up behind me and he grabs my shoulder like a door that's gotten stuck and just shoves me out of the way and grabs the pole. And I stumbled like this, and the bags ripped, and all my groceries just went like down the train. And I was like, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I don't need this now. And so I leaned over to pick them up, but I'm wearing a messenger bag, and it's coming up in the back like this. And I think it hit the lady behind me a little bit, because I just heard this like that, and I turned and I was like, is somebody, it's echoey in here, but I sucked my teeth. Anyway, so I was like, is that somebody back here? And then I was like, fuck it. And I went to get my groceries again, and my bag is coming up again, and I know it was her because she goes, I said, like that. And I turned and I looked at her, and she's standing there holding the pole, rolling her eyes at me, and I know what she's seeing. She's seeing me, and I know what I look like. I'm 6'2", I'm gonna fight heavyweight, whether or not I eat any Ben & Jerry's at all for the rest of my life. And also, I tried on a cardigan one time, and it looked really fucking stupid. So I'm gonna go with metal t-shirts and look like the social media guy for the Hells Angels. That doesn't inspire a lot of patience from the public at large. So I was just like, well, it's New York City, you get to fight all the time, so let's have one, let's go. And I just said to her, and I was just like, oh, is my bag touching your arm like a little bit right now and moderately inconveniencing you? Is that what's going on here and why we're sucking our teeth? And she answers my rhetorical question by looking at this Subway ad in the face and questioning the way I was raised. And she says, some people just weren't raised at all. They don't know, have no home training. They just shove people around doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Got no respect for anybody's space whatsoever. And then this little Puerto Rican dude that saw the whole thing jumped up and goes, you need to shut the fuck up, bitch. You don't recognize the challenges he's facing in his life right now. You crying about a bag touching you on the arm. He's got $1,400 worth of motherfucking soup cans and Ben & Jerry's rolling up and down the damn F train. You need to step back, get some perspective, and then shut the fuck up on it. Am I wrong? He sets me up. And I was like over here, and the adrenaline was flowing. So like my body was like go time, but my brain was like, oh, you should have phrased that differently, man. That's how, but I was just like, yeah, that's basically how the shit went down. And the lady said, oh, I see. Well, I have several extra bags here. Would you like to use them? So empathetic and sweet in the shittiest, most aggressive way. And I was like, meeting my needs, but angrily. And I was just like, yeah, lady, I'll take your fucking bags. That'd just be super. Yeah, that's great. And we're cramming my groceries into the bags, like spiking them in there, packing them down like a loaf of bread, 3 cans of soup, just slowly making matzah, you know? And then she said, take several extra bags. They're thin. I would hate for them to rip and have this happen all over again. Like, yeah, that's really fucking thoughtful, lady. I appreciate that. And then we're just like making eye contact the whole time, like this. And then we stood there holding the pole and just going for several stops. And then the train just goes, dung, and she got up and goes, have a blessed day, baby, and got off the train. And the one person in my life that understood me that day, I never saw again. That's why I hate that fucking city, but I can never really leave it, right? There's so many beautiful people there once you scrape away the patina of rage and get down to the core of what makes a person a person. Thank you, you guys.